Response for the week 5 chapters on Meisner. Um, so a couple different cameras moving. A couple different things stood out to me. Is that one of the first bits that was where the book states that further, a commitment to doing suggested that the central focus of the actor's attention is now on the other actors and their response to what's being done to them. Which makes a lot of sense, especially since if you're if you're acting, you are responding to what's happening around you. It's like the kind of like the same kind of thing, like you're listening to respond versus you're listening to understand kind of deal. The sorry, the playing the problem bit was a little bit hard to understand for me, but eventually I think I got the general idea. And it's that changing the idea that the con with the character is trying to do, like, what is your objective, and the character tells you like what they're doing, whereas the change in perspective be like, okay, what is happening to the other person and how are you reacting to it, makes a lot more sense. Like there was something about like you're trying to get, like, what you're doing is trying to get the other character to do something else. So while I do agree with a lot of this, I think that I need to like watch a video or something, just to kind of see like what that looks like in practice. For the other reading, I did really like it was like on the very first page of the chapter. It was that an actor's greatest challenge is to be believable in unbelievable situations. I really agree with that. I really like absurdist things, just like in general. But I think that a lot of like even like realistic plays, like a lot of times like there are like you're being placed into like an unrealistic situation, and it's cold in here. How do you react to that? Like for example, we did, well, Adam's Family is not realistic, but the idea that being believable and unbelievable expectations is like the Beinecke family in Adam's Family. We literally had like Alice, the mother character, like wander around like screaming. She's like stood and danced, like stood on a table, and one of the things, because like they just kind of like sat there and like stared at her, and I was just like, okay, think about like what the heck is going on with your mom, that like who's like always like really perky and really happy. Like think about what's going on with her, and like now she's standing on a table. Like how do you react to that? Like if you just saw your mom lose her ever loving gourd, right, and just like had a zombie like grab her chest, like would you react to that, or would you just be like, huh, that's interesting? So that kind of stood out to me a lot. I like that they kind of explained a little bit more the repetition exercise, and like kind of like what the purpose of it is, other than like, oh, it's supposed to like, you're supposed to like observe like any changes in their behavior or emotion, or I'm like, okay, cool, cool, cool. It's great. Why are we doing it? And the explanation is like, it removes the pressure to be clever, interesting, or exciting in what one has to say. I think as actors, especially children actors, teenagers are performing all the time, uh, even when they're not. So by having like this kind of like repetition exercise, it kind of does take away that like veneer of like, okay. And then like after a while, like it probably gets like super boring. And then they're able to like kind of like really focus and dig in. The other thing was about the emotions. Again, he's like, yeah, you can have emotional memory, but like, you know, like with repetition, like it becomes like less sad. You know what I mean? What if you can learn to create imagination scenarios that trigger the intended emotion? This is about them as well. It kind of made me think of empathy, just as a concept of empathy. My dog is over here in the corner, looking out the window. That's what that blurb is. The because like you always like have like the running jokes like, oh, think of sad puppies when like you need to be like when you need to cry, and some people can do that, some people can't, and it's just, but kind of just like thinking about like, okay, like again putting yourself in that other person's point of view, like why are you now having this feeling? um I also was like, oh, the author taught there, teaches there. But the other thing that was really interesting was the teacher summer workshop. Um, I am going to look into that a little bit more, just to kind of see what that's about, because it says it allows teacher to observe summer sessions, and discuss methods to practice teach in a special training. And you need to have previous practical background in teaching, which, like, well, most of us probably are teachers, like, it could be interesting. Who knows? Um, yep. So that was our my response for the reading for this week. Okay, bye.